average cost of a new car is $290, and gas 20 cents a gallon. The unemployment rate is 3.25%, and people are headed to the cinema to see Ben-Hur on the big screen. Pittsburgh just won the World Series, and coffee is 47 cents a pound. Everyone is doing the Charleston, but oh, how things will change.
Hot boy, hot moves, hot band and hot groove. The boys are hot shots, big news, big deal. But all he wants to do is dance. Hot swing to hot tunes, hot damn. It's like to swoon. Do you know you are a hot potato? Yeah, you. But all you wanna do is dance. Like a Buick, what else would you expect from the boy who's got the swing in his pants? He's like dreaming, steaming, all juice to jive till the joint just rants. Boys and girls all the same say it's a crying shame. Hey, all he wants to do is dance, dance. Last call, last dance, several offers, last chance. Don't you know that you can take your pick, boy, for romance? Everybody wants it. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on. No, all you wanna do is, 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 all you wanna do is dance.
I'm Yvette Melendez, Chair of the Hartford Foundation Board of Directors. To all of our old friends, and I don't mean that chronologically, as well as our many new friends, and we were commenting on the many new faces we see here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us in our birthday party. On behalf of the entire board, I'm very pleased to welcome you to our annual celebration of giving. Thank you to Darlene Zoller and the members of the Stop Time Dance Theater of Playhouse on the Park in West Hartford for starting us off with that wonderful performance. I'm sure there were plenty of you that were wanting to get up and join them on the stage. Weren't they terrific? I also want to welcome our sign language interpreter, Kathy Strauss. Thank you, Kathy. So in the spirit of the upcoming holidays, tonight is a night of gratitude, an evening of thanksgiving for all you do to make our work possible. And it's an extra special night because tonight we celebrate 90 years as a community foundation in the Hartford region. And so, commemorating that celebration, I'd like for you to join me in a toast. On your tables, you will find glasses of, no, not champagne, sparkling cider. Let's raise our glasses together to the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. 90 years, together for good. Thank you for that. Tonight, I have the privilege of acknowledging the extraordinary service of one of our own, who is well known in this community for all that she does. Bonnie Malley. Who next month completes 10 years of service to the foundation, acting as vice chair of the board and chair of the administration and audit committees. Those are two separate committees. Bonnie serves this community in a myriad of other ways. As chair of the board of the Metro Hartford Alliance, a trustee of the Bushnell, helping to establish the iQuilt project through her passion for the symphony. And she recently was named one of Hartford Business Journal's Remarkable Women in Business. In our eyes and in the eyes of those that know her, she truly is remarkable. Bonnie's sense of warmth, humor, her commitment to this community is unparalleled. We will all miss you, Bonnie, but me especially. You have been a wonderful partner, lending an ear and always willing to help however you can. And for those of you who know Bonnie, the best part is that she not only works hard, she also knows how to play hard. Her humor, along with her incredible wisdom, will be missed. Thank you, Bonnie. It's indeed my honor to be part of this team of established and committed leaders like Bonnie in this community who have chosen to be associated with the foundation. On behalf of my fellow directors, thank you for all your service and dedication. Would all of our board members, current and former, please stand and be recognized at this time? Many of you will know them. In addition to Bonnie, Bob Goldfarb, Nancy Bernstein, Joanne Price, Rod Powell, Andrew Worthington, Dolores Graham, Beverly Greenberg, and Mark Korber. An incredible group of dedicated volunteers who really have made an imprint in this community and really have helped us and guided us to where we are today, to this incredible celebration. And now I'd like to turn our attention to our 90th anniversary signature event, Words to Give By, a storytelling project created to find, record, and share stories of everyday generosity in our community. A partnership between the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving and WNPR, Words to Give By captures the many ways, the many acts of kindness that often go unheard. Through this project, we hope to expand the understanding of the word philanthropy, which really just means love of humankind. This project was a fitting way to mark 90 years of the Hartford Foundation's efforts to improve the quality of life in this region. Last March, over 170 people came to 15 locations in our region to tell their stories of everyday generosity, stories of hardship made easier by family, friends, and sometimes strangers, stories of joy and inspiration, stories of transformation. 50 of these were edited and put on a commemorative CD. 29 of them have been running weekly on WNPR. The project was a true partnership. Working closely with the foundation team, WNPR orchestrated the setup of recording sites, helped prepare storytellers, and most importantly, shared their immense gift of bringing community stories to life. I'd like to thank everyone who was involved in Words to Give By, Foundation and WNPR staff, storytellers, recording site hosts, and volunteers. Thank you all for your contributions to this amazing project. This was absolutely fun. This was so much fun. I have to say that. And we were so excited about this project. So we'd like to take a minute to have you watch the behind-the-scenes video produced by the students from the Institute for Advanced Media, home of the Veterans Vocational Training Program.
Words to Give By is a project to connect with a really wide variety of folks going all across the towns that the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving has relationships with organizations in, to gather stories about giving and generosity and kindness. Miriam Figueroa is a woman who came and spoke with us at the Hillstead Museum with a friend of hers that she knows from working at an organization in Hartford that serves people who are either homeless or have a lot of needs. Miriam found this organization because she needed the services that they provided.
It was like 5 or 6 years ago when I started going there and volunteering. I used to go there because I was, like I said before, I was homeless. And then that's when I met Becky and the other ladies through all the years, and we have gotten close, you know, helping each other.
This program is really great, and I think that hopefully when people listen to it, it'll make a difference.
Meet Nick Sinia of East Hartford, the creator of the photo blog Humans of Hartford.
You know, if there was ever a greater message to all of this, it's that everybody has a story to tell and be heard. So I feel like it's making me a better person, and I'm also able to kind of give back to the community and help people that need it.
My mother was one of 8 children, and she had a number of sisters, including my Aunt Mary. She was an amazing woman. But the thing that was the most important about her for me was the kindness.
All of our lives have been affected by people being generous and kind to us. I've never worked on a project that is this all-encompassing or this large. Interviewing and sitting down with people that this topic resonated with, being able to share those stories with our listening audience. I feel really good about what we have been able to do with this project.
Thank you, and thanks to all of you for your kindness and your generosity to the foundation. And now I'd like to introduce Linda Kelly, President of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. Linda?
Good evening. Do your little bit of good wherever you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. These famous words, spoken by Bishop Desmond Tutu, world-renowned South African social rights activist, could so easily apply to the mission and purpose of community foundations. Since 1914, community foundations have pooled gifts from individuals and families into a single permanent endowment for the betterment of the community. In 1925, when the Hartford Foundation was founded, 2 bankers had a vision: establish a community-wide charitable endowment that would accept gifts and bequests to serve as a trustworthy, steadfast, and responsive charitable resource in the community forever. Our first bequest came 5 years later with the gift of $1,000 from a local dentist. This year, as the foundation celebrates 90 years of service to this community, our assets have grown to more than $900 million. So from the dream of 2 bankers and the gift of a local dentist, the stage was set for extraordinary benefits to this community. Throughout our history, many significant gifts have come in the form of bequests from individuals and transfers from private family foundations. In 1953, Howard Hunt Garmany of Farmington bequeathed $5.5 million to the foundation, its largest gift at that time. The Beatrice Fox Auerbach family, and many of you know them, the old G. Fox department store, has made many generous contributions in our region. In 2000, they entrusted the Hartford Foundation to carry out their charitable intentions in perpetuity, shifting a significant portion of their family's foundation to us. That $53 million gift remains the largest to the foundation to date. Yes. In 2007, former chairman and CEO of the Warmold Company of West Hartford, John Davis Murphy, who along with his wife Edie, was very active in the civic life of this region. They bequeathed $28 million to the Hartford Foundation. These are examples of people who made their fortune in this region and wanted to leave a legacy showing their passion for giving back to this community. And more recently, the Richard P. Garmany Fund was established. Garmany, a local executive and man of varied interest, provided for a donor-advised fund in his will, leaving more than $12 million to the Hartford Foundation. In the 50s, there was a shift in the way individuals approached their philanthropic gifts. More people began to give while they were living. In 1957, instead of leaving a bequest, Newton C. Brainerd, who was president of Connecticut Printers and one-time Hartford mayor, along with his wife, Elsie, decided to establish a fund during their lifetime and have the pleasure of watching it benefit the community. Similarly, nearly 60 years later, Janice and Carrie Foster established the K.J. Foster Scholarship Fund in memory of their son. And last year, Janice asked her husband, Carrie, a Hartford firefighter, if he would establish a fund here in her honor when she passed away. Well, he said to her, "Why wait until you pass? We can create a fund now." That notion of giving while you're living is a popular one. And Hartford Foundation donors Tom and Dougie Trumbull are an excellent example. And they are here tonight, too. Actively involved in many ways in the Hartford community, in 2006, they set up the donor-advised Trumbull Family Fund with a desire to pass on their philanthropic interests to the next generation. Along with their adult daughters, they recommend grants from the fund, making philanthropy a family effort. And then Wesley Thompson, former CEO of Sun Life Financial, and his wife Rose Marie, a local business leader, established a donor-advised fund in 2014, continuing their active philanthropic contributions to the community. These and the many other large gifts to the foundation have enabled us to serve this community well over the past 90 years. And as the power of philanthropy has spread, sort of a testament to all of you here with us tonight, so too have the number of small gifts increased. In fact, the greatest number of gifts comes in the form of smaller donations, individual gifts from donors from all walks of life, who share a common desire to make a difference in our community. And let's cheer them on as well. We very much appreciate that. These gifts, large and small, have been pulled together and have seeded some extraordinary projects that have made real impact in this region. And I'll share just a few examples. In 1977, Hartford Interval House, aided by a grant from the foundation, opened an emergency shelter for victims of domestic violence. The Hartford Foundation and Capital Workforce Partners were instrumental in the development of Hartford Jobs Funnel. Begun in 1999, it provides Hartford residents with career and training opportunities, primarily in the construction-related fields. And in 2009, Wadsworth Athenaeum used a grant to implement a community engagement initiative, which made the museum more accessible to new and diverse audiences, especially Hartford families. The breadth of our reach certainly impacts the capital city, but it extends to all in the 29 towns that we serve. In the 60s, the foundation supported the purchase of 340 acres that is now Talcott Mountain State Park. In 1979, and some may remember, a tornado devastated parts of Windsor, Windsor Locks, and Suffield. In an effort to help rebuild what had been lost, the foundation provided emergency assistance to a tornado recovery task force. And recognizing that libraries are far more than book lenders, we marked our 85th anniversary by awarding grants to advance 21st century computer and internet technologies to the public libraries in each of the 29 towns that we serve. Yes. And we keep a finger on the pulse of the community to address significant social needs as they emerge in our region. For example, 50 years ago, the foundation helped seed the Urban League of Greater Hartford, dedicated to more fully integrating African Americans in the region through education, employment, and housing. In '89, in the midst of the AIDS crisis, we formed the statewide Connecticut AIDS Consortium, one of only 9 sites in the country. This was a public-private response to raise matching funds for the care and prevention of AIDS. And of course, we have a long tradition of supporting those who help our newest arrivals from around the world, from such places as Bosnia, Somalia, and India, to name a few. Our grants to Catholic Charities, Jubilee House, and American Place at Hartford Public Library have helped refugees and immigrants become a part of the fabric of our community, including naturalization services. Much has been accomplished over the decades, but it's not been without controversy. Let's not forget the rocks. There is no doubt we have had impact over the past 90 years. Oh, everybody loves the rocks. I love the rocks. As this community's foundation, we have seeded organizations that have grown to become thriving institutions. We have worked hard to identify and tackle head-on emerging issues and needs. As we look to the future, the Hartford region can count on us for continued community leadership through collaboration and partnership, promoting needed changes through public policy. We will maintain our steadfast focus on equity, inclusion, and diversity. We will aspire to ignite passion to foster new and innovative ideas from throughout the community. We will tap into the talents and resources of our families, schools, and community partners to ensure that all children, our future, are ready to learn when they enter kindergarten and prepared to succeed when they graduate high school. Yes, cheer. Our goal is to extend the power and the promise of philanthropy to all. Each of you has a role to play. Each of you can make a difference. As Desmond Tutu said, do your little bit of good where you are. So I ask, what are you passionate about? What inspires you to give of your time, your talent, your resources? What hopes and dreams do you have for this community, and how can we bring them to life together? In short, how can you be a philanthropist? Thank you. One of the organizations that we helped seed is Riverfront Recapture. It has become a gathering place for hundreds of thousands of people with over 40 events a year and numerous programs for people from all walks of life. But it wasn't always that way. A seemingly simple idea to allow easy access to the Connecticut River brought many together to create Riverfront Recapture. 2 individuals who have been steadfast supporters of Riverfront are Carly and Larry Mowell, West Hartford residents. They have deep roots in our community and significant involvement in many organizations in Greater Hartford. I'll ask, following a short video, you'll hear more from Carly and Larry. Now, let's see how the ordinary became extraordinary.
idea for riverfront recapture started really in the late 1970s. The riverfront was not a place that most people wanted to be. It was dirty, it was polluted. Rory O'Neill was a new executive at Travelers, and as he settled in his office in the Travelers Tower, he could look out and see the Connecticut River, but he couldn't understand why he couldn't get to it. In 1980, he and people at Travelers brought together a number of other nonprofit organizations and corporations and government groups. And out of that, Riverfront Recapture was created.
There was this ambitious plan, and a key element of that plan was to create major public access by lowering Interstate 91.
Riverfront hired some engineers and showed how DOT could get all the lanes that they needed at ground level rather than elevated, and DOT agreed.
Going from government door to government door, local, state, and federal. Our task was to get all of them on the same page. There were many, many hurdles. I doubt if we could have done it without the diversity of people that came together.
Plaza in downtown is the centerpiece of the project. Not only did it restore access between downtown and the river, but it also made it possible to create access between downtown and East Hartford, tying the two communities together. And it has become a wonderful gathering place.
Hundreds of thousands of people come to events and programs and services that Riverfront Recapture puts on. We produce more than 40 events on an annual basis. Riverfront's Dragon Boat and Asian Festival celebrated its 15th year this year. We're fortunate to have been able to produce one of the largest dragon boat races in the country.
Just a team sport, everyone in sync, everyone working together.
I think this is a great opportunity for people to come see our city and know there's great things going on in Hartford.
I think a lot of times people who live in cities don't necessarily get out, be able to enjoy the river, the water, the woods, whatever, so I think it's really great.
The boathouse in Riverside Park has really enabled us to build a very active community rowing program. Our high school rowing program now has kids from 22 different schools in the region, all coming here to learn how to row.
They learn how to manipulate the boats, move the oars, and then they compete against other teams.
One thing that I got out of it was my fitness. I was never really as fit until I joined crew.
It's long hours of pretty demanding work. The mentality of doing that often is definitely beneficial because I see it pay off through schoolwork and through other activities.
We have an adaptive rowing program. They're dealing with people who have lost the use of their legs, stroke victims.
There's physical, psychological benefits. I think the connection with the river that many people have mentioned, there's a spirituality type connection as well.
I was living in Italy as a consultant, and I got into a car accident over there. Really tough car accident, and I was in a coma literally for 6 weeks. So I've very far exceeded everything that they told me I would do.
Every other week we have more than 24 veterans that come down to the Connecticut River in Riverside Park and get into rowing shells and sculls.
We work with individual veterans that are severely disabled that normally can't do things on their own.
The rhythm, the quietness of the water when you're out there gives me a sense of serenity.
I'm out in the sunshine, I'm meeting other vets.
When they're getting out there, actually physically moving on the water, it helps them with their clinical symptoms.
To be among people that are friends now is something that I look forward to every week.
There really is something magical about water and human interaction with it.
The Riverfront Park system wouldn't be where it is today without the role and support of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving.
It's a very rare experience, I think, to be able to see something change from what it was to what it is now.
The story behind Riverfront Recapture is an inspiration to all of us who share dreams together and then go out and achieve them.
Good evening. Larry and I began our involvement with Riverfront over 25 years ago. We volunteered for events, raised money, served on the board over the years, and have been witness to the amazing development along the river that started in the imaginations of Rory O'Neill and Jack Riga. It has been inspiring to see the community return to the riverfront by the thousands for the festivals, sporting events, and leisure activities. As the film we have just seen makes clear, it is a dream come true for so many of us. We want our giving to benefit Riverfront for many years to come. To ensure this happens, we partnered with the Hartford Foundation to establish a fund that can carry out our support of Riverfront Recapture.
The Mowell Family Fund is different than others in a couple of respects. We wanted to designate money for repairs, maintenance, efficiency maneuvers, and other really dull stuff that nobody wants to fund. So we wanted to set aside money that would be there for Riverfront within our family fund. And if they chose not to take it in a given year, it would just accumulate until they did need it, because maintenance and efficiency are haphazard things. The Hartford Foundation was able and willing to tailor our donor-advised fund so that we can continue to support Riverfront's needs well beyond our time here. It's no surprise to us that 36 other donor-advised funds from the foundation have also chosen to give to Riverfront Recapture. So thanks to all of you for joining us in this endeavor. May this great relationship between Riverfront Recapture and the Hartford Foundation continue to be good for both and for the greater Hartford region for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Carly and Larry. We've got such wonderful members of the Hartford Foundation family. Of course, everybody here is a member of the Hartford Foundation family. So we really thank you all also for joining us in this annual celebration, but in this very special 90th anniversary celebration. Thank you all so much for being here. Our service to this region over the past 90 years is due largely to the passion, commitment, and generosity of the people in this region, people like you. And we look forward to continuing this work together for good. Now, I invite you to stay for coffee and dessert following the final performance. We're really excited about what's coming up next. So let's welcome students from the Choir School of Hartford as they perform One Small Voice.
One small voice can teach the world a song. Start with one.